All right, let's talk about cats. You know, those fascinating, sometimes totally mysterious little animals we share our homes with. We're going to get to the bottom of what they're really trying to tell us with that famous blank stare.
Have you ever been completely baffled by your cat? Like, one minute they're all cuddly and purring on your lap, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, they nip you? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. It's a classic communication gap, and it happens all the time. So let's kick things off with a pretty mind-blowing fact from the experts at Cats Protection. That meow you hear all day, it's not actually how cats naturally talk to each other. They pretty much develop that sound specifically to communicate with us. Their real language is way more subtle, relying on scent, body language, and expressions. So what does that mean? Well, it means if we really want to understand them, we've got to learn to speak their language. So in this first section, let's dive in and start cracking that code. You see, cats use this whole multi-layered system to talk. It involves their posture, all the unique sounds they make beyond just meowing, scent marking, and even physical touch like kneading. But for us humans, the single most important channel for us to learn is their body language. That's where the real conversation is at. And speaking of sounds, let's just debunk a common myth right now. We all think purring means a happy cat, right? Well, it's actually much more complex. Cats also purr when they're in really stressful situations, like at the vet or even when they're in pain. It's thought to be a kind of self-soothing behavior, an internal hum that helps them cope and maybe even heal. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of that silent conversation, all those visual cues that can tell you exactly what's going on in your cat's head. Check out the subtle shifts here. On the left, you've got a relaxed cat. Soft, forward-facing ears, relaxed whiskers, kind of half-closed eyes. But look at the cat on the right. Something has definitely caught its attention. The ears are pricked up, eyes are wide, and the whiskers are pointing forward, almost like little antennas gathering information. And here's where we see that emotions start to escalate. A worried cat might turn its ears to the side, trying to pinpoint a sound, and its pupils will get wider. But a truly stressed out cat, on the right, will flatten its ears right back against its head. This is a very clear defensive signal that's basically screaming, "I am not comfortable, give me some space." Now, this is super important, knowing the difference between an offensive and a defensive posture. An offensive cat is trying to look bigger and more intimidating, standing tall, staring directly. A defensive cat does the opposite. It tries to look smaller by crouching low with its ears flat. This cat is scared, and it's only going to fight if it feels like it has no way out. A cat's tail is basically a barometer for its emotions. A tail held straight up, that's a happy, confident greeting. If just the tip is twitching, that could be focused excitement, or it could be growing irritation. A puffed up tail means they're startled and trying to look intimidating, while a tail tucked way down low signals fear. Understanding all these signals is so vital because misinterpreting them is often what leads to conflict. So now let's get into feline aggression. It's a really common but pretty complex issue. And this number really puts it all into perspective. According to animal behaviorists, aggression is the #2 most frequent behavior problem they see. It is a serious issue that affects a ton of households. See, aggression isn't just one single behavior. It has all these different triggers. You've got play aggression, which is really just misplaced hunting instinct. Then there's fear aggression, which is a last resort when a cat feels trapped. Petting-induced aggression happens when they just get overstimulated. And then you have redirected aggression, where a cat gets all agitated by something it can't get to, like another cat outside, and then lashes out at the nearest available target. And this is exactly why redirected aggression is so confusing for owners. The attack can feel completely unprovoked because the trigger, that other cat passing by the window, could have happened an hour ago. The cat stays agitated, and the next person or pet to come along just happens to bear the brunt of it. Okay, so how do we take all this knowledge and use it to create a more peaceful home? In our final section, we're going to turn all this understanding into real, actionable steps for building a better relationship with our cats. It really all starts with respect. And here's the proper way to say hello to a cat. Instead of reaching right for them, move calmly, avoid making direct eye contact, and just extend a finger. Let them make the choice to approach and rub against you. This gives them control and shows them you're not a threat. And if you're introducing a new cat into your home, you have to go slow. This process requires a ton of patience to avoid fights over territory. The key is starting with complete separation and then moving to scent swapping. Let them get used to each other's smell on blankets long before they ever see each other. Then you can move to short, supervised visits, using treats and play to build positive feelings. Honestly, rushing this is the biggest mistake you can make.
And finally, always remember, a bored cat is a stressed cat. Environmental enrichment is absolutely crucial for their mental health. Providing vertical spaces like cat trees, hiding spots like boxes, puzzle feeders to challenge their minds, and having dedicated playtime every single day helps satisfy their natural instincts and cuts down on the anxiety that can lead to behavior problems. By learning to read their subtle signals, that little flick of an ear, the twitch of a tail, we can build a relationship based on real understanding and respect. So, the next time you look at your cat, ask yourself, what are they really telling me?